decades, as the case of Switzerland last year, which did not receive its broader conclusion until last year. So why are you airing the dirty safeguards laundry in public to the Board of Governors and to the press?
No, what we are doing is different, Jonathan. What we are doing is we have information. It's concrete information. We have validated, and we come to. There's a lot of information out there, as you know. Some we consider it credible. Some we consider it either not relevant or perhaps requiring more analysis. So we are not in a rush here. What we are doing is analyzing pieces of information when they are relevant, and when we take a decision to request access, it's only because I got, as Director General, sufficient reassurance from my technical experts that is the right thing to do. That is the moment to, which is in fact not a dramatic situation. It's a moment, as is foreseen in the additional protocol, when you say, I need an access to continue this analysis. This is what it is, really.
Any further questions? Yes.
Sorry, just to follow up on that, to clarify just a little bit.
Sure.
You've said before you don't think that deadlines are helpful with the Iranians. Does that mean that you don't want to set any deadlines as far as this access is concerned? For you, this is an open-ended standoff, or is there some point at which this is even more serious?
No, this should be solved. I mean, what's important here is for you to bear in mind, at least as I have it, that this is a case of denial of access under additional protocol. We never had a thing like this before. So and forget for a second, even if it's difficult, forget about Iran. I would invite you all to forget about Iran. If I get a denial under additional protocol for complementary access, this is a serious matter. It's not something that I can put on the shelf and continue. Yeah.
But you are dealing with Iran. And I'm wondering, because given how we don't often get an insight into these cases where there's a request for access or a notification of access, and we don't really have a sense of the to and fro. So is this the first time that the Iranians have told you you can't go somewhere? Because there have been cases where it's been difficult.
There have been instances in the past where there was a dialogue on access, and it was finally resolved.
Without them saying you can't go there. So I'm just wondering if under the previous DG there were situations where at first the opening gambit was no, and then you negotiated.
The record is there on the past. What I say is now I receive a formal denial.
Okay. It's
not a maybe, let's talk, it's a no. So when I get a no, I say I need the access. So this is about process.
But the denial came in late January, and you only mentioned it in your report in early March. So why not send a report when you received the denial if it was as final as that?
Because I was involved in an effort to try to solve this.
Right, so because then you could argue you didn't see it as a firm denial and you had to establish that it was a firm denial afterwards.
Well, I'm a diplomat, and I never give up.
I'm Yoshitake from Japan's Asahi Shimbun.
How are you?
About this safeguard issue of Iran, is the requirement from the agency dependent on the whether Iran implement the additional protocol or not? What happens if Iran stop implementing additional protocol? I'm asking it because if the JCPOA falls down completely, Iran may say that they don't have any obligations on it anymore.
Well, you know, those are scenarios. I don't think as DG I should get into having other hypothetical scenarios. I think when we are discussing legal matters like this, they are clear. They are very clear. You can request for a complementary access. You get a denial. If you're familiar with the additional protocol, you know that there are ways in which this can be addressed. So far, we haven't been able to do it, which doesn't mean we are not going to. So I wouldn't like to jump into what's going to happen, and least of all with the JCPOA, which is an instrument I'm not a party to. I'm just the inspector to that instrument. It's not for us. It's for those who are still in the agreement.
Once again, on Iran, you as the Director General that need to report to the Security Council quarterly on the JCPOA.
Yeah.
Would you be mentioning about these three sites and incorporation of Iran at the Security Council meeting, or did you make it separate intentionally?
We have the normal communications to the Security Council, and we'll see how we take it from there. But we are not planning to attend any meeting. We haven't been invited, and I don't see a reason now. We are working. We have to solve this issue now.
Follow-up question?
Sorry. What I was asking was probably a hypothetical question, but
No.
I think we probably should have a look at some point in the future. So, what is your legal understanding of the safeguard and JCPOA and additional protocol?
Well, I think my understanding is, as everybody else, that within the commitments in the JCPOA that the Islamic Republic of Iran is still observing, it is you have the provisional application, implementation of the additional protocol. So it's a fact. It's not a hypothetical or a preference or a political opinion of mine. It's just what is there. So we are requesting this, and we are not getting the access. So I hope to get it soon.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you very much. Thanks for the attention. So we'll be seeing each other. Thank you very much.